Hello guys, welcome to the Learnify Hub. Today I am explaining model question paper solutions for cryptography and network security. These are the solutions for set 2 question papers. If you people want to study set 1 means go and check in a channel. Already we uploaded the solutions for set 1 question paper. And coming to the module 1, first question, draw the model of symmetric crypto system and explain it. In this, firstly, people has to draw the schematic or block diagram of the symmetric crypto system model and explain the terms which are included in the diagram like plain text, encryption algorithm, ciphertext, decryption algorithm, secret key. The key points also you people has to explain like who invented this crypto system like that. The second question is using Hill cipher to encipher and decipher the message hi. To solve this problem, you have to know the formulas like C is equals to KP mod 26 to convert plain text into ciphertext using the key provided. And coming to the question number 1C, list and explain the block cipher design principles. In this, if you people know the diagram, means you can draw, otherwise leave the diagram. List the principles of the block ciphers like block size, key size, number of rounds, substitution and permutation, diffusion and confusion. These are the 6 design principles of the block cipher. Explain what are those. And coming to the second question, explain DES construction in detail with neat diagram. To explain this, firstly you people has to draw the block diagram of DES algorithm. After the drawing, explain what is the working process of the DES algorithm, like how many rounds will be processed and what is the permuted choices and what is left circular shift. Explain all these terms. And the DES construction overview is initial permutation, key schedule, rounds. These are the some construction overviews of the DES. And coming to the next 2B question, explain Playfair cipher and its rules for the following examples. Firstly, you have to define what is Playfair and write the 4 rules which are there for this to solve from plain text to ciphertext using the keyword and the plain text provided. Coming to the question number 2C, what is one-time pad technique? List the advantages and disadvantages. Firstly, you have to define what is one-time pad technique and why it is used. After that, list the advantages and disadvantages of the one-time pad technique. Like disadvantages are like perfect secrecy, randomness, simplicity. The disadvantages of one-time pad are key distribution problem, key management, limited utility. Yeah, coming to the module 2, 3A. Explain the public key crypto system with neat diagram. For this, you people have to draw the two diagrams, encryption with public key and encryption with the private key, and explain the working procedure of this encryption with public key. And there are three primary applications of public key crypto systems like encryption, decryption, digital signatures, and the key exchange is the final one. Coming to the question number 3B, what is the ciphertext? If the plain text is 63 and the public key is 13, use the RSA algorithm. By using RSA algorithm, you have to find the ciphertext with the provided data like plain text is 63 and public key is 13. The public key means is nothing but E is equals to 13. To find the ciphertext, you people has to use the formula C is equals to M power E mod Q. Next, coming to the question number 3C, write about key generation, encryption and decryption in the Elgamal crypto system. Firstly, write the definition of the Elgamal crypto system and how the key generation is happened in this. This is the algorithm of the Elgamal key generation. The steps are select a prime number Q and select a primary root A, generate private key for XA and compute the public key YA. And the fifth step is public key points like Ali's public key consists of triplet while her private key is simply XA. And coming to the encryption, first step is represent the message and second step is select a random integer K, and compute one time key K, encrypt the message finally, and same as like that, do the decryption, just the reverse process of the encryption. Coming to the fourth question, list the differences between conventional and public key encryption. To answer this question, make a table and differentiate the terms conventional encryption and public key encryption, like need of work and the security basis differences, and explain the key terms like key usage, key distribution, security requirements on both conventional and private key encryption, and the complexity applications. Coming to the question number 4b, let q is equals to 353 and g is equals to 3, xi is equals to 97, xb is equals to 233. Using Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm to find ya, yb and secret key k. In this question, don't confuse like what is g. The g is nothing but um, alpha value, and the formula of the to find the ya we have to know the formula to alpha power xa mod q, and to find mod yb we should know the formula alpha power xb mod q. Next, what are the practical issues related to RSA algorithm? There are several practical issues for this RSA algorithm, like key size and performance, computational complexity, security vulnerabilities like brute force attacks, mathematical attacks, timing attacks, hardware fraud based attacks, chosen ciphertext attacks. And fourth one is trade-offs in key size and emerging alternatives. These are the practical issues of RSA algorithm. And coming to the module 3, fifth 5a, what is mean by key management? Explain key distribution scenarios with KDC. The KDC is nothing but key distribution center. In this, firstly explain what is the key distribution center, and after that draw the diagram of key distribution scenario. The diagram is compulsory for this question. Without diagram, don't expect full marks for this question. And explain the working procedure of the key distribution scenario, like user initialization, session key request, session key generation, key distribution, security communication. These are the 5 steps included in key distribution scenarios. Coming to the question number 5b, explain the use of control vector encryption and decryption for controlling key usage. Mention its advantages. Firstly, explain what is control vector and define control vector, and draw two diagrams for this question. Encryption of control vector through session key and decryption of the control vector through encrypted session key to find the ciphertext. Next, how control vector works. Control vector definition, coupling with master key, hashing process, decryption, and list the advantages of control vector encryption, like no length restriction, clear availability, enhanced control, automated key generation. These are the some advantages of control vector encryption. Coming to the question number 6. First question is list and explain 4 general categories of schemes for the distribution public keys. There are 4 distribution public keys, and the first one is public announcement. Explain what is public announcement, what are the drawbacks in that, and draw the diagrams. Second one is publicly available directory. Same as previous one, explain the definition and drawbacks, including with diagram. And third one is public key authority. Fourth one is public key certificates. For these two also similar to the previous two, draw the diagrams and explain the working procedure. Without diagrams, don't expect the full marks. Coming to the question number B, explain symmetric key distribution using asymmetric encryption with a solution for man in the middle attack. You people has to explain symmetric key distribution using man in the middle attack problem for asymmetric encryption. Draw the diagram for the man in the middle attack and explain the procedure step by step explanation how this works along with the solution to mitigate man in middle attacks, like key generation, key creation, encryption of session key, decryption, secure communication. Like list these and explain what are those, and explain what are certificate authorities, digital signatures, nonce values. Okay, coming to the module 4, 7, question number 7, 7a. Write X509 certificates. How is an X509 certificate revoked? In this diagram is mandatory, both X509 certificate and revocation list. If you skip any one diagram also, you will be able to lose marks. Explain what is X509 certificates, why it is used, and coming to the revocation of 509 certificate, explain what are the reasons for revocation, like certificate revocation list, like issuer names, date the list was created, the date the next CRL is scheduled to be issued, and the third one is checking revocation, and X509 certificate structure. Explain the structure of the certificate and explain how it works and how the certificate will be revoked, why the certificate will be revoked also explain. Coming to the question number B, explain Kerberos version 4 diagram with message exchanges. Firstly, explain what is Kerberos version 4 and why it is different from previous versions, and draw the diagram for the client server authentication exchange to obtain service, and to obtain service granting ticket, and to obtain ticket granting ticket also, and explain the terms like message 1, message 2, message 3, message 4, message 5 for all the techniques used in the diagram. Coming to the question number 8, explain the Needham-Schroeder protocol, how Denning overcomes the weakness in the Needham-Schroeder protocol. Firstly, explain the definition of the Needham-Schroeder protocol and explain how to overcome from the weakness in the Needham-Schroeder protocol. How to overcome from Denning. This is the procedure to overcome from the Denning. I'm coming to the next question. With a neat diagram, explain PKIX architectural model. Yeah, the term PKIX means public key infrastructure. Explain this question based on the X509 certificates and include key elements and functions in the PKIX model. Like elements are like end entity, registration authority, certificate authority, CRL user, certificate authority, and the certificate CRL repository. Explain these terms with the definitions and why they used. Explain step by step why these terms are used in the PKIX model. And coming to the module 5, ninth question, explain PGP cryptographic functions or PGP functions with need diagram. First, explain what is PGP, pretty good privacy, and why it is used. What are the applications of PGP? And next step is draw the diagram of the PGP and include functionalities like authentication, confidentiality, compression, email compatibility. Explain these terms. Coming to the next question, explain the ESP format in a neat diagram. Also explain the transport and tunnel modes of ESP. Firstly, what is ESP? Encapsulating security payload. This is the abbreviation of ESP. Explain how it is defined and why it is used. And draw the diagrams like top level format of an ESP packet and substructure of payload data. And explain what is transport mode and also key features of transport mode. Draw the diagram of transport mode and tunnel mode, and also explain what is tunnel mode with the features of the tunnel mode. Coming to the question number 9c, with the need diagram, explain IKE v2 exchanges. Firstly, explain what is Internet Key Exchange version 2, why it is better from version 1, and where the IKE version 2 is used. And draw the diagram of the information exchange and explain the terms like IKE SA init, IKE SA init response, Next, also include key features of IKE version 2. Key features are like security associations, replay protection, authentication methods, etc. Coming to the question number 10, with a neat diagram, explain the transmission and reception of PGP messages. Okay, in this explain what is the pretty good privacy, transmission and reception messages. In this, it involves a series of steps designed to ensure both confidentiality and authenticity of the communication. Here is a detailed explanation of the process. Through this diagram, you people can able to understand the process of the PGP messages. The major functionalities included in transmission of PGP messages are create message, generate hash code, encrypt hash, prepend encrypted hash, compress the message, encrypt session key, send encrypted message. Upon receiving the message, the receiver B follows these steps. Receiver message, decrypt session key, decrypt message, decompress. And coming to the next question 10b, write a short note on MIME transfer encodings, native and canonical form, SR-MIME functionality, SR-MIME messages. Explain the short note on these four terms. And coming to the question number 10c, explain the IP security architecture. For this, firstly, we have to write what is IP security, Internet Protocol Security, what is the definition of it and why it is used. Mainly, it is used for ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity of data transmitted over networks. After this, draw the diagram or architecture of the IP security protocol and explain the functionalities of the IP security protocol like core functional areas, confidentiality, key management, and architecture specifications, security associations, protocols, modes of operations, key management protocols, applications. Yeah, if you people explain this much, it's enough for this question. Finally, don't forget to subscribe, share, and follow us for more updates like this. Thank you. Bye bye.